What it do, show day? I'm over here dropping shit. Like, bruh, get it together. I'm so mad because my mirror broke. Now I gotta go get another one. I can't find shit. I can never find shit. Oh well. So we about to go ahead and like get into this video. I guess this live. How y'all doing today? So yeah, I'm about to do my hair because I washed it yesterday, and again, I didn't feel like doing anything with it. I was just too lazy yesterday, and I was just not in the mood for life. And then I started binge watching On the Block season 2. So yeah, I was binge watching Lucifer for the longest, well, for like a week, and I finished all of it. That's a pretty good show. It's funny to me. Ew, my hair. And I didn't wrap my hair up last night either. I just fell asleep. Actually, I just randomly fell asleep and didn't even know. So don't judge me right now. I don't care if I look ugly. But anyways, y'all, so ew, this looks stupid. Raven, stop. I'm about to tell y'all because I quit my job. And y'all probably like, girl, you dumb. You dumb as fuck for quitting your job. Like, what you gonna do for money? You already like staying in an Airbnb and you don't have your own shit and you ain't got your life together. But y'all, I quit. I really couldn't do it anymore. And it was literally like the job was sucking life out of me. So I'm about to get and tell y'all about this job. So y'all know I got hired for an airline. Still haven't started. It's been months now. Still haven't started. So I'm like, okay, in the meantime, I need a job so that way I could get some type of money coming in. And hold on. I like to drink a gallon of water a day. But I need a job so I could like, you know, have money coming in and eventually get my own place, you know, and not have to do the roommate thing, because I really don't want to do the roommate thing. I'm so sick of living with people. I'm sick of seeing people's face. I just want to have my days where I could just be antisocial and not have to look at anybody. But I went, was it the week of Valentine's Day? It was like that Monday. I had got a call from this job and they wanted me to come in like on Friday, which was the day after Valentine's Day, for an interview. And so I was like, okay, I'm down. They tell me about the job. They tell me they pay $10.50 an hour, and you have the potential to make $11.50 an hour. It's just really up to you and your worth ethics if you make that $11.50. And there's a lot of overtime and everything. And that training starts on February 25th. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like, you know, so I'll be starting that in like a week, you know, that's cool. Because I already knew that I was going to get this job. So I went to the interview and I got hired. And the person who interviewed me, she told me that the job starts on March 11th. So I'm like, oh, I thought it was on February 25th, because that's what the lady had told me. She was like, oh yeah, there's one that starts on the 25th. However, your background check would have needed to be in by Tuesday. So you could start on February 25th. And I was like, oh, okay. So I went ahead on, well, a day. It was March 6th. We had freaking orientation for this job, right? Orientation was literally a waste of my freaking time. It was literally an hour of nothing. Like, you could have did this on the first day type stuff. Like, oh my goodness. So, I go in on March 11th at this job, right? And we meeting everybody. It's crap. It's kind of nappy. Okay. So we like meeting everybody. You know how like on the first day of work, like, oh, what am I doing? Ew. Um, on the first day of work, you like meet people and you play these games and stuff, the two truths and a lie, and you know everybody stand up and say their name, two things about themselves or whatever, right? So that's what we did. And the first thing that kind of like pinched a nerve for me was like there was this girl that was in our class, and um she's young. She's like in her early 20s. You could tell she's in her early 20s. So she went, she said her name, and she said that she was going to Dubai for her birthday, and she was going to Paris like at the end of the year. So her birthday is in September, and then after that, at the end of the year, she was going to go to London. And immediately people start giving her the side eye. Like, how dare you freaking say that you about to go out of town and go to Dubai and Paris when you just started this job? Like, they were looking at her some type of way. And I'm just like, why they looking at her like that? Like, they mad because they can't afford to go? Is she going, or she got, because she said that her granddad had got her tickets to Dubai, got her 4 tickets, one for her, and then she gets to invite 3 of her friends, and they were all going to go to Dubai. Like, that's nice. Like, why hate about that? Like, that is later on in the year. Like, her life's supposed to stop. That's what I hate about jobs. Like, they think your life is supposed to stop just because you have a job or you working for them. Like, no, I'm not about to sit here and break my back. That's what life is about: traveling and experiencing life, and living every day like it's your last. You don't want to die with no freaking regrets, and all you got to show for it on your deathbed is like, oh, I went to work every single day, but never had that experience to travel and go live life. What they're going to remember you by? Because your job don't care about you, because at the end of the day, they're so quick to replace you. For real. So anyways, yeah, everybody was looking at her sideways and stuff like that. And everybody like, oh, you so lucky and blah, blah, blah. And I wish my granddad would have did that and another, but everybody was still looking at her like, she ain't gonna be here long. And that was a comment, like when she ended up leaving, because that first week she ended up getting another job and she left. And that came up, and it was like, well, she was gonna be here long anyways, because she was talking about she's going to Dubai and all that crap. And I'm just like, y'all some haters, man. Haters. So that was the first thing that kind of pinched a nerve with me. And so then that same week, we started to learn about the company. And so it's a utility company that I'm working for. So we started learning about the company, and it seems like a lot of work, and so little pay. Like, the worth ethics doesn't even reflect the pay. Like, this paycheck is a freaking joke to me, So, I'm just like losing motivation quick, and I'm like, yo, I'm about to start looking for something else, because this isn't gonna cut it, And so, I asked this question. I said, so I have a question. Do we get a discount? And they were like, no, we don't get a discount because we don't service energy. And like, because it's the utility company is like for the lights and gas and stuff like that. So they're like, no, we don't service Georgia. And I was like, okay, because I need some incentives or something, that's going to make me like motivate me and want to come to work. And I was like, cause At Nissan, we had got X, Y, and Z amount off on a brand new, you know, car and Infinity car. So they was like, well, this is not Nissan, and your paycheck is your motivation. And everybody like, yeah, your paycheck is your motivation. Like, yeah, blah blah blah, like kissing ass. And the trainer, he's cool though. Like I liked him. But he did say that, and I'm just like looking some type of. He's like, no, but for real though, the lady, she gonna come in later on today, and she gonna tell you guys about the incentives. Bitch, there was no fucking incentives. Like it was a joke. You get like $20 off on um, like MARTA, like the MARTA pass for the whole month, $20. So I'm just like, that really? That's a joke. And then once in a while, they'll have these contests and stuff. And then sometimes they'll have it where they'll pick winners to get a $10 gift card to Chick-fil-A. And that was it. Like, oh, and then they'll pick for the contest and stuff to go to like a baseball game or a football game or something, you know? But that was it. It wasn't like nothing like, oh, like big, like, you know, that I really cared about. So anyways, I'm just like, wow. Okay. So within that same week, everybody that was agreeing with the trainer talk about, yeah, your paycheck is your motivation and blah blah blah. They started feeling some type of way about the job too, being like such a low pay. And they're like, I feel like this job not worth it. Like literally in the second week, we had people fall off on the second week of training. Usually how it works in call centers in the first place, but people was really falling off because they like, they require so much. We gotta know so much stuff, and this is a little pay and blah blah blah. Everybody just sitting here complaining, and I could do this and do that and make money like quickly. Like one girl, me and her, we was sitting here and we was talking, and she like, I could do Uber and make $600 quickly. And I'm like, yeah, that's true. Compared to at this job, you gotta wait a whole 2 weeks just to get $600. So she's like, I think I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna just finish out this week and then just say forget it. She didn't even come back the next day. Like she was done. And then a couple days later, the guy who sat next to her, it was the same thing. He was like, I did Lyft for a couple hours yesterday and I made X, Y, and Z amount of money, and I just don't think this is worth it. And guess what? He fell off. He left too. And I'm just like, yo, like everybody just falling off. And then more people started to feel like, I'm over this job or whatever. And a lot of people started looking for other stuff. The two girls that I was always hanging with, they felt the same way. Like, it's time to look for something else. And then one of the trainers, she pulled out her paycheck or whatever, right? So that way she could show that this is proof. Like, you could make some real money from this company. She pulled out her paycheck. Well, not her paycheck. She pulled like overhead, and it was like her pay rates each month. So she was only making $1,300 a month, and I'm just like, and this is supposed to be motivation, because this isn't motivating me still. And with all the overtime that this job require you to do, like, you still got that? Like, that's a joke. Like, oh, an extra $100. Wow. Like, that makes a huge difference. Like, yes, some people, if you need it and you're going through a hard time, but still, like, no. I'm freaking like, you kidding me? No. My whole paycheck was, because for me, like, I'm used to getting like paychecks that's like, well, I made over $2,500 a month pretty much with like all the jobs that I've had. And you sitting here telling me you make 1,300, like, bruh, I'm just like, this is a joke right here. Like, I just really can't. So that's including the 11.50 and the overtime. You got janked. You got played. Like, on me. So, yeah. So at this point, I really started to look for other jobs. And what else happened? Yeah, so we get in. Okay, so it take 3 weeks for us to get our first paycheck, right? So we got our first paycheck on March 29th. So March 27th came, and I'm like, okay, well, like, I usually get my checks and stuff 2 days early because that's how it is with my bank, and a lot of people's banks is like that too. So Wednesday night come, and I'm like, dang, I didn't even get no money, like it didn't hit. And I'm like, I wonder why. Like, I hope I didn't put anything in wrong, whatever. And so then I'm like, okay, well, maybe it'll come on Thursday. Thursday come, y'all, still didn't have that money. I'm like, what the heck? Like, what's going on? I called off on Thursday because I didn't have no money to get to work. Like I said, it took 3 weeks for us to actually get a paycheck. So I didn't have money to get to work. So I called off. And you're not even supposed to be calling off while you're in training. And training is 5 weeks long because it's so much stuff that you have to know. And so I'm like, oh well, called off. And then the staffing company that hired me, they're like, oh yeah, we heard that you called off. Is everything okay? And I was like, yeah, it's just that I didn't have money to get to work. And she was like, oh, okay. She looks and she checks. She goes, you're going to get paid tomorrow. Your deposit is going to hit tomorrow. I said, okay. And she was like, are you going to come into work tomorrow? I was like, yeah. And she said, okay. And so that was like the conversation. So, yeah, the money came on Friday morning. I got up, checked my bank account. The money was there, and I'm getting ready for work. So, in the midst of me getting ready, my coworker, one of the girls that I hang out with, she messaged me and she's like, did you get your check? And I'm like, yeah. And she was like, I didn't. And I was like, are you serious? And she was like, yeah. I was like, did you like fill out your direct deposit and everything? She's like, yeah. And I was like, you might want to call them and see what's going on. And she was like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to be coming to work today. And I was like, I feel you, because at the end of the day, you don't want to feel like you working for free. So I told her like the check was a joke because the paycheck was only $6.95. I had been there at work every single day. Hadn't called off until the day before. And I'm like, this check, I have not had a check that low since I was 21. Like, when I was getting paid like $7.95 an hour when I lived in Michigan and I was working in retail. And so, I was just like, yo, like, I really can't. I just really lost motivation for this job even more. I was like, I'm gonna stick it out until I find something else. So, I get to work and my coworkers, they pissed off because they didn't get their paychecks. So they ended up having to go downstairs to the staffing company, and the staffing company tells them, like, try to say some excuse like, oh, we don't have your direct deposit information, blah blah blah. They're like, we filled it out, it's right there, blah blah. And so they had to wait until the company wrote all of them a check. So all the people got written a check. They were pissed off that they got a check written out instead of it being deposited into their account, because they set direct deposit up for a reason. And so one of the other girls that I was like hanging out with at work, she's like, she was one of the people that got a check. She said, yo, I could make this much money in a week. And so she was really mad. She felt like she was done with this job too. It was a joke. And so while we on lunch, old girl that had messaged me earlier in the morning, she calls me. She tells me, yeah, I just left the job. I had came up there and got my check. And she was like, I'm not coming back, y'all. I'm done. And I was like, really? She was like, yeah. And she was like, I'm surprised y'all are even there. And I was like, yeah, well, I'm only here because I need the money. Like, I need a job right now. And until I find something else, then, that's what I'm with. So, yeah, she just never came back. Monday, I come into work, and the other girl that I hung with, she didn't come to work either. And so I'm like, dang, like, I guess everybody's just like, forget. And there was some people that just didn't come back to work at all. And, it was just trying to, I guess, probably trying to figure things out. So, what happened? Oh, yeah. So we was grading this, like, worksheet or whatever that we had did on Friday. Well, it was already graded. We was going over it as, like, a class. And so, pretty much, he tells us like there's going to be a certification test on the last day, which is April 12th. That's the last day of training, and you have to pass it with a 80 or above. And so he said that the stuff that we're learning in training is not going to be on the test. So one of the ladies was like, so what it sounds like is we're being set up to fail. He was like, no, 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 because I'm gonna make sure you pass, but you just have to know how to use IQ, and that's why we're not. That's why you're not learning anything that's going to be on the test. Well, that's why the stuff we're learning in class is not going to be on the test. So we like, again, at the end of the day, we being set up to fail, and we're like pissed off. So this fool we're going over this freaking worksheet or whatever, and he was like, okay, so what y'all get for number 2? And we said, oh, I make friends at work. Just going out and interacting with people. That's a good thing about like being an actor, is going to like workshops and stuff. That helps. Airbnb has helped as well, meeting new people, but majority of them, they all come from work. Um, so we was like, the answer to number 2 is EMBR or something like that. And he was like, no, it's not. And we was like, well, that's what this sheet says, because they marked it, our answers wrong, because everybody had, you're welcome. Everybody had the answer INCA, and it was marked wrong, and the correct answer was put next to it. So it was like a lot of that stuff on that freaking worksheet, or like also questions where it'd be like, okay, so the thing with this job is that there's a bunch of codes that you gotta know. So there's like INCI, INCC, INIC, INCA, and all this other crap. And it's all like starts to blend in with one another and sound a lot alike. And even some of the meaning of each one of them is similar. So it was like a few of these things, but one of them in particular, the question asked something, was a statement, and you had to put the correct code. So I put GMTR because that's what I got from IQ. So it was marked wrong, and they had the answer that was like a CMTR or something like that. And everybody was like confused, because they're like, if you go to IQ, it says GMTR. And he's like, what's that? That sounds like something related to gas. And we won't specifically be dealing with that. So we like verbatim, like the meaning for GMTR is what this worksheet says. So he went to go look it up. He was like, oh yeah, y'all right, but y'all should just assume it's not something with gas, because we don't service gas in all the other states besides Illinois. I mean, not Illinois, but Louisiana. So we was like, okay, that's stupid. So we just supposed to know that, like, what? And he was like, let's go check the other answer. And so we checked that, and it was a 1-word difference. And we just looking like, bruh. So we was starting to really feel like we being set up to fail at this job. Like, I was just done. I was like, yo, I can't do this anymore. This paycheck was a freaking joke. And now I'm feeling like I can't make it. Plus, in the meantime, we're already taking calls. He sells the, like, his boss and stuff. He don't want us taking no calls in regards to billing and stuff like that, just outage. So we getting all these calls about bills, and we don't even know anything about bills. And his boss just basically said, fuck what you gotta say and what you want to do. Y'all gonna go ahead and y'all gonna take these billing calls. So now we looking dumb as fuck on these freaking calls and gotta keep putting people on hold in order to get the answer. So then this food, well, not the trainer, he not a food, but I'm on a freaking phone with a customer, and the customer like, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. You sound really far away. And I was like, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Blah, blah. So the girl who was whitejacking with me, she was like, just tell him that you're going to disconnect the call and have him call back. So usually, like with all the call centers and stuff that I've worked at, they always say, like, if somebody can hear you, you say something along the lines, I can hear you, but you can't hear me. If you could give us a call back, 1-800, blah, 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 right? Nope, not this job. Because guess what the trainer came over and said? If you do that, you would get dinged. You would get in trouble for that, because that's like hanging up on somebody. So I'm supposed to sit here on the phone for 5 minutes saying hello. And she was like, yeah, you know, you got to just really try to use all your resources until the point you exhausted, which you did. But you just have to wait for him to hang up. I'm like, this is the dumbest crap I've ever heard in my life. In the midst of this, right, you have to take about 1,000 calls. So that's 1,000 people that's mad at you and cussing you out, that you got to deal with. Thousands of people that you talking to in an 8-hour shift, and sometimes even longer because it is a mandatory overtime. So I'm just like, yo, I'm at this point, I'm like, I don't know about tomorrow. I don't think I'm coming in. Like, that's really how I felt. And so I get off work on Monday, and I was looking online. I'm applying to other jobs. I'm trying everything I can to like get the hell out of here. So I go to Craigslist, and I find out that there's this company that's hiring, and it said come in Monday through Friday and fill out an application, come early, because there's going to be a test and you want to have time to do that test. So Tuesday, I called off work and I went to this place and I filled out an application. I did the test, and then I got interviewed. And then they said, okay, we need you to go to this other location on Wednesday at 12 for your second interview. And so I called off on Wednesday. And I went to this other place. I got interviewed. They called me later on to tell me that I had got the job and that I started on Monday. So I'm like, yes, hunty, got me a new job. I start tomorrow, y'all. And it is paying $12 an hour. And sorry, y'all. Like, I had got a call and I'm using my phone. But yeah, what's I saying? Oh yeah, so I start tomorrow, $12 an hour, and I don't have to work on weekends, and like we'll be off work by 4. So hello, you know, like I'm good. Like I am good, and it's not a call center, so I don't have to talk to people on the phone. Hello. So anyways, yeah, so then this job, let's get into it, because I'm about to get into something, because I really wanted to tell y'all a story, but I'm gonna just upload this video, okay? Like, because I was trying to do a story time yesterday when this happened to me. This story happened to me. I made a whole video and I filmed it and stuff, and I went to go try to edit the video, but my computer is freaking trash. And it's like ever since I updated Filmora, like my computer has been on one. So that's why when I try to upload videos, or why it seems like I'm not being consistent, because I actually have a whole bunch of videos filmed already, but I just be having issues with my computer. And it's like I go through so much stuff like when editing, and still not sure if it even comes out right. Sometimes it don't even come out right during the editing, and I won't get to see how it officially looks until once I officially export the video. Then I can see, and now I can see all the errors and stuff with it. But yeah, it's usually computer issues why I don't be uploading. So this whole week, guess what? Computer issues. That's why nothing was up. So I guess I'm gonna be live a lot more then, since right now it's just like I'm not in the position to go buy me another laptop right now until like maybe in a few weeks or so. And I also wanted to do like this thing as far as doing like webisodes, like daily vlogs type things. Y'all can follow me around and see what I do and just get a feel for my life. I wonder if this is that job that called me. It probably is. No, because I don't work on Sundays. I don't know. So yeah, but anyways, so this new job emailed me on Thursday evening, like around 3:36, and they tell me to do the background check, fill out that information. So I fill out the information and stuff, because I didn't get that message until like around 8. They will say if you get it done before 5, then they'll go ahead and they'll send you the information for the drug test. And so I did it around 8 o'clock. They were already closed, and so I had to wait until in the morning on Friday to get that information, which they had never sent to me. Like, and it was mandatory that I go do this drug test this weekend. Oh, I'm all over the place, yo. I am, like, I'm all over the place. But I honestly, like, I'm okay. I'm doing okay. Just hanging in there pretty much. Still in an Airbnb and everything, So it's a good thing that I'm starting this new job, because with this new job, like, I'll be able to get an apartment. Especially like how they have the pay set up, because it's gonna be a whole freaking month until I receive my first paycheck with this place. So we're gonna get it all, like all of our money in a lump sum. Yeah, I am. I'm going to keep it going. I'm staying strong. I have so much faith. Like, God is going to get me through this. Like, every obstacle. It's just like all the stuff that I go through is just really a test of my faith, And I hope I'm proving a point to God, That's all that matters to me. That's my number one goal in life, is to make sure I get to heaven. So I thank everybody for the love and the support and the prayers and, all that. It really does mean a lot, and it keeps me motivated. And that's what, like, one thing I like about doing YouTube too, is because, like, I could go back and I could look and be like, at this point in time, I was going through all this. Yeah, that house, bruh, with that apartment, I had to go. It's too much drama there. And the girl, like, I feel like she's a nice person, but I just really felt like, because it's a thing down here where people take advantage of other people, I know, no money for a whole month. So I mean, it's like I have to rely on like freaking side gigs in order to have some type of money. But I don't know. I had never heard of that. They was like, they need time to make sure like our pay information is good. And I'm like, okay, like, that's still no excuse. Like I've had jobs where you get paid every other week, and I give them my direct deposit information, and then when it's payday, I have my money. But yeah, it's crazy. But like I don't know, I'm over the whole roommate thing. And I'm sick of living with people. Like I said earlier, I'm sick of people. I'm sick of looking at people. I don't like people like that. Okay, I actually do like people. I'm a people's person, but like I just like to have my own space, you know. And I don't like feeling like I'm being watched. Yeah, that's why I'm not tripping. Like even though it's like I'm not going to get paid until like a whole month, that's one whole lump sum I could put towards an apartment. So that's the only reason, like, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do it still. But in the meantime, gotta do all these extra work. And I'm getting my own apartment, no roommates. I'm thinking about maybe like getting a 2 bedroom and maybe like once in a while with like do like an Airbnb type thing so I can have extra income. But that's not gonna be all the time. I was working at a call center, and the call center was for a utility company. And it just required so much work and so much stress. And they only pay you $10 an hour. So you're taking over 1,000 calls a shift and, dealing with angry customers and, talking about billing and outages and emergencies and crap like that. And you only get paid $10 an hour. So it was like not even worth it. Um, like I said, that paycheck I got for 3 whole weeks worth of work was $6.95, and I'm like, seriously, like that's nothing. That's a joke to me, and I've never got paid so low since I worked at like Staples when I was getting $7.95 an hour. So that's a joke, but I guess. But my priority right now is just to, yeah, that's the only thing. And like, I mean, I'm gonna be reasonable. Like, if I decide to rent out a room or whatever, I'm gonna be reasonable with it. Like, I'm not gonna be like that last girl that's just like, okay, $600 a month. And then when I ask you what is it specifically I'm paying for, you don't want to give me like a breakdown on what it is I'm paying for. Like, be upfront and honest about what you're doing. Yep. That's what I don't know. That's why like all my friends at that job had quit. All of us, like when we got our first paycheck, we all said F it. It's not worth it. So I feel bad for all them people that's still there. And they just, and then on top of that, like they only have, okay, so it's mandatory overtime, and you have 2 breaks. You have 2 10-minute breaks and a 30-minute lunch. And I'm like, 2 10-minute breaks? Where do they do that at? Because every job I had, it's like 2 15-minute breaks. So where's the other 10 minutes going that they're taking away from us? And they're like, when you go to the bathroom and stuff, you got to put yourself in break. You taking away from your break. So I'm like, so you expect me to work all this work, do all this work for y'all, but don't want to pay me? Goodbye. So it's not worth it. And I was just like, my energy was drained all the time there. And I would get off work and I just come home and just want to sleep. Like I just had no energy for life. That's why I hadn't really been on, besides the issues with my computer. But majority of the time, it's just like I come home, I go sleep. And it's like, why would you drop the break times like that? Because we have a life. Like we need to have our moments. Like we're here all freaking day. So it's, I don't know. And then what else? Oh, so what happened to me yesterday was yesterday I had finally had got the information to go do the drug test, right? So, um, okay, so this place for the drug test closed at 12 o'clock p.m. Okay, I get this information for the drug test early Saturday morning. So I happened to wake up, check my email. Oh, the stuff came. So I had to hurry up, get to the library, go print this crap out, and then go get this drug test. So I got my drug test done, right? And afterwards, like, I'm like, okay, I'm not taking an Uber home because I had already took an Uber to the library and took an Uber to freaking where is it, to the lab court place to get my drug test taken, right? That's money. That's like hella money. So I was like, I'm gonna take the bus home or whatever, and I wait at the bus stop. The bus is supposed to come at 11:43. So this one girl, she's saying, oh, like she's been waiting here for an hour and the bus hasn't came yet. And I'm like, that's interesting. This guy, he comes, he was like, what time the bus is supposed to come? I said 11:43. He was like, okay. So 11:55 come, he like, so the bus is late. I was like, yep, I take it, it's gonna be late. He was mad because he was saying that he had been waiting for this specific bus since 9:30 in the freaking morning. He literally was at like the Forest Park bus stop or whatever, and he was waiting on that bus. It never came. So he took a cab to this bus stop thinking, okay, the bus is going to come. It never came. So I look on my phone and I see that there's a delay in the bus. And so, right, that's what I'm saying. Like, dang, for 9:30, like at that point, you just might as well took the cab all the way to work. And so, but then again, I don't know how people's money is running, you know. So, finally, like 12:13 comes, right? And the bus comes. This time it's another dude who comes to the bus stop as we like getting on the bus. He said he'd been waiting for a bus for a long ass time too. So we getting on the bus, right? And this man, the one who said he'd been waiting for the bus since 9:30, he was like, he about to hear a piece in my mouth. This dude ain't say shit. Only thing he said was, yo, what's going on with the buses? Like, what's up with the buses? The bus driver was ignoring him. The bus driver, you could tell he already had an attitude, like he was feeling some type of way, right? So this lady, she gets on, she taps her card. She asks him, does it work? He ain't say nothing. So she taps it again, looking at him like, hello, does it work? And I'm just like, he's really like ignoring everybody. Like, what is up with this dude? And so he was like, stop. Hold on. And so she stopped. And then he started hitting some buttons or whatever. And then she was like, she was like, okay, let me tap again. He like, I told you to stop. Don't tap the car. You don't know how to listen. This is the bus driver that said that though. And I'm just like, the disrespect, like, bruh. So this girl, she finally tapped her card again. It works. She goes and sits down. I tap my card, go sit down. Dude, he tap his card. Everybody tap their card. We good, right? So we up here riding on the bus or whatever. And I'm like, yo, it's taking forever on this freaking bus. Like, where are we? I'm looking around like at the sceneries. I did not recognize where we were. So I'm like, maybe, you know, we go in a different direction. I don't know. Because, you know, I don't know how to ride a bus anyways. So we get to like an area where the airport is. And I'm like, that's interesting. Because I had never really seen the airport whenever I rode the bus. So this fool, we get to the College Park station, right? He turns into the wrong freaking parking lot on the wrong side of the building. And it is a small ass space. Like, it is literally like this big. And the buses, it looks like it has two buses connected. So like there's like an in-between gap like in the middle. This fool decides he's going to try to turn around in that little tight space. And I'm looking like, what is this fool doing? He's not like a small little car. He's not a truck. Like, he can't do that. He got two sets of buses basically in one. So this fool turns the wheel and he starts driving on the grass. And we look like, So everybody's yelling like, you stupid. You a dumb bus driver. You need to get your license taken away. What the fuck are you doing? Like, everybody's just going off at this point. Somebody like, if he makes it over like that, our section, because I was sitting all the way in the back of the bus. So if we got onto that, like, our half would have flipped over. So this dude was forcing it on that freaking grass. Like, you know how I got that little bump or whatever? He's on it, like hitting everything, almost hit the pole, destroying the flowers and stuff that's over there in the area. And we're just like, my gosh, he is a dumb ass. What are you doing? So security coming or whatever, walking by, and it's like the bus driver just didn't care. He's still trying to force this, like force a turnaround that's not going to happen. And the bus driver tell him to back up. This dude about to back into cars that's behind us, and that's also coming the other direction. He could have just kept straight, and since it's a big ass parking lot, just went all the way around to turn around and then went out to go to the correct direction, instead of sitting right here in this tiny little area and trying to force a turn. Like, it don't work like that, bruh. So he backs up. He finally he backs out, and we still kind of curve, like turn, like the front half is turned, and he opens the door and tells everybody to get off. Everybody at this point ready to get off because they like, yo, we about to freaking die. So everybody getting off the bus, and the security tell us to get back on the bus because we can't be dropped off on this side. We have to be dropped off on the other side. So we all get back on the bus. Bus driver closed the door. There's one person that's still outside. And everybody like, open the door. Open the back door so he could get in. And again, everybody yelling at him, calling him stupid and everything. He just would not open the door for the dude. And so we just looking like, dude, you might as well just walk up to the front because this bus driver is stupid as fuck. Shave my head? No, why would I shave my head? I would look dumb. I don't have a good facial structure to shave my head. So basically, like, the security guard told old dude to walk to the front. So he walked to the front. We got onto the bus. The bus driver finally takes our advice. Hey, what's up? I think it's cute. Like, if I was to shave my head, it would be like in the back, like down here. You know how Christina Milian had it back in the day, like in 2016? I would do that. But I think my head shape, ew, I would look ugly. Disgusting. So yeah, I have a video though of that whole thing with the bus. Yeah, I'm gonna keep my hair. I'm gonna upload it tomorrow. I'm gonna just like upload it because I have it on my phone, so I'm not even gonna take my time and edit it. But that kind of gave me a, like, I'm already thinking some type of way, feeling some type of way about Atlanta. And that was just like, man, Atlanta got some dumbass people here. Because I keep coming across dumbass people. Like, ugh, so annoying. A side shave, maybe like a tad bit, like right down here, but I don't see myself doing like a big lump like that right here. I'm too ugly. I look like Jay-Z. No offense to Jay-Z. But I really hate doing my hair. I've honestly thought like about doing the big chop, but I literally just imagine myself without hair. Yeah, I did. I called, and I don't. And that's the thing. Like, I don't like to report people and jeopardize people's job, but he was rude from get-go. Like, it was literally like everybody was like, he's really trying to kill us, and that's what it felt like. As of yesterday, it has been 3 months since I've been in Atlanta. I don't like the area that I'm in. So that's like when I say like I don't like Atlanta, it's just more so that I just don't like this area. Yeah. This side of like over like in College Park area, Union City, and like was it East Point and stuff? That's nah, homie. It's too ghetto. I've been like looking for apartments, and honestly, like it seems like everywhere their crime rate is crazy. And I'm trying to get me a new car too, right? So I'm just like, it's cheaper than LA, but it makes up in other ways. So, like for instance, I have a whole video that I was trying to edit it and stuff, and I was talking about transportation. I picked Atlanta because I'm pursuing acting, and so there's a lot more opportunities for minorities here opposed to LA. Because one of the things that struck me the wrong way was, one, I was signed with the agency and they did not do nothing for me. All they did was take over my LA casting page, and then tried to submit me to like auditions and stuff, and I was just finding my own work through LA casting. It's like, okay, why do I need you to do what I'm already doing? So you could just make money off me? No, homie. So I ended up leaving that agency, and I was looking into another agency. So one of the biggest agencies, they hit me up and I met with them, and then they were like, we love everything about you, but we already have someone that looks like you. And so I instantly took offense to that, because it's like, what? Like, so I took it as, are you saying that because I'm black? Like, that was the only thing I could think of. So when I had like lived in other areas and I was mentioning this to other people, blacks and whites and like Asians and stuff, everybody took it, yeah, it's because you black. And I hate to say like it's a race thing, because I'm not that kind of person where I like to say everything is because of race. But that was something like I felt like it was because of race. That was like, I felt that deep in my soul. So that's the only reason I moved to Atlanta. But I'm actually kind of thinking like, because I feel like I was happier in LA. Like, even though LA was tough, but I was happier, because I was auditioning way more than what I am here. And I just want to focus on my career, and then that's what makes me happy. And it's like, I do stuff here, but it's like slow. Like in LA this time of year, I'm used to going to like multiple auditions in 1 week. Here it's like once every other week, if that. So it's just like really slow to me. Yeah, I can't give up. I can't. I'm really trying to, so stay focused and stuff. And like I have like motivation and stuff. Like the thing is, like I kind of mentioned before on my channel, if you guys watch Star, I went to high school with Ryan Destiny. She's the girl, the dark-skinned girl in the group. So she was more so closer to my sisters, because my sisters was more so in her age group. So when I was a senior, she was a freshman. And that's how it was when I was a freshman. Brandon T. Jackson was a senior. So to see like Brandon T. Jackson walk West Bloomfield High School floors, and I used to see him in the hallways at school, and see now he's like this big time celebrity, like it motivates me. And then after that, now I see Ryan, and I'm like, I remember seeing her in her 8th grade choir concert. Like, yo. And now she's a big time actress, and she's dating my future husband, Keith Powers, BTW. So when I see them, it's just like motivation to keep going despite whatever I go through. I feel like in whatever career path, thank you for the support. Whatever career path you choose, like sometimes there's going to have to be some type of sacrifices. You have to sacrifice at some point. Sometimes you got to sacrifice like your time, your money. Sometimes you got to struggle. Try to make $1 out of 15 cents, and that was like one of the hardest things for me. Thank you. We gotta, yo, my birthday is in July. We gotta try to get to 2,000 by then, okay? Um, so I need all y'all help. Share my videos. Tell your friends to watch it. Um, so yeah, definitely move to LA. Like it's really fun. Like it has this downside. Like trust me, one of the biggest things that kind of got to me in LA was I started seeing like people try to commit suicide. And that really like hurt my spirit. That was when I first moved to LA. I would think I was there for like 2 months, and then I was driving and it was like hella traffic, and then there was someone that was like standing on top of a building, and this was like my first time ever seeing that. I've never seen stuff like that before. Texas is a nice place. I like Dallas more than Houston. I've lived in Texas before. It's really, and the cost of living in Texas is cheap. But I like, my thing was like when I was living in Texas, it was around that time with like the whole Sandra Bland and all that stuff. So I was just low key kind of scared. But Dallas is really, really nice. Chicago, man, that's rough. I hear stuff about Chicago all the time. People like, I met this dude when I lived in Texas. He was from Chicago. He told me that he have a hard time believing that I'm from Detroit because I don't talk like it. And I was like instantly like, what does that even mean? Like, what? And he was like, because like everybody in Detroit, they ghetto, they carry guns, they violence, they this, they that. And I'm like, okay, but you're from Chicago. Chicago is worse than Detroit. I hear about Chirac and all that stuff, but he like, when I went to Detroit, I had to roll the windows up because I was scared. I'm like, okay, come on now. Every state have their hoods and the bad areas, okay? But it's just Detroit is more known for it. Like I was telling my Uber driver yesterday, because my cousin, he said that their porch got stolen in Detroit. I said, yo, porch? How they get your porch though? Like, but in Detroit, they'll figure it out. Like, but like I said, there's ghettos and hoods and stuff everywhere. So you can't really be like, oh, you from Detroit, blah, blah. Like, that's one thing that pisses me off when people say that. Like, when I was in LA, I was at an audition, and this guy, he asked me where I was from, and I told him, and he was like, oh, so you from Detroit, so that means you got a gun in your purse. This white girl turned around and went off on him. I was like, I'm gonna let y'all, have this or whatever. But it was the fact that he said that. Like, he was a black guy who said it, but it was just the fact that he wouldn't have said that to her because she was white. He said that to me because I'm black. And that's how she took it towards. And she was like, if I was to tell you I was from Detroit or I lived in Detroit, you wouldn't have said that to me, would you? He was like, no. He was like, exactly. You said that to her because she was black. And it was like this big ass, like during the freaking audition, like a big ass scene, and it just made everything so awkward and killed the vibe. And then just recently I went to this stud house. Like I went to her mama house back in February. It was me, her girlfriend, and her mom asked me. She was like, I have a question. And I was like, what? She goes, why do you talk white? Bitch, y'all know that pissed me off. Like, I get so mad when people ask me stupid questions. And it's like, why do I talk white? How do I talk a color? Just because I'm educated, just because I went to college, just because I got, this stuff, like, I'm talking a color? Like, you sound dumb. I hate that. That is my biggest pet peeve. I hate when people say stuff like that. Yeah, it's like, why would you say something stupid? Like, go jump off a cliff and kill yourself because you're a waste of oxygen for talking stupid. Like, even when I was talking about before, like, my uncle, like, he Puerto Rican and black, and he gonna tell me, you sound like a surfer, really? Come on, how do you sound like a surfer? That makes no sense. My uncle was like, why you straighten your hair? because you're trying to be like the white people. I'm trying to be like a white person because I straighten my hair. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like, I don't do that. When I straighten my hair, I just straighten my hair. Like, I have my hair curly like all week. It's just something I want to do. Like, goodness. I don't think about, oh, I'm going to be like a white person today. Like, people are so stupid. But yeah. I was kind of thinking about doing like reviews of like TV shows or something, like discussions and stuff, then like for like Star and Empire and whatever shows y'all into. I used to want to do that when Pretty Little Liars was a big theme, but then I got irritated with Pretty Little Liars, so I was just like, nah, that's not gonna happen. So yeah, I need y'all to tell me like what kind of stuff y'all want me to do on my channel. But I might move. Well, I know for a fact I'm gonna move back to California. Like I say, I give Atlanta a year. That's all Atlanta's giving. I'm giving them like, cause right now, it's a no. Do movie reviews? Okay, I do it. I love movies. Oh, and I'm honestly one thing I'm going to do, and I have filmed some, is like, since I love to watch K-dramas, like I filmed me like doing like reactions. We all watched the show together. I haven't seen Us yet, but literally everybody was telling me to don't go see it. That's why I haven't went. Phoenix, Arizona is nice. Like, yeah, I lived in Arizona from, when did I leave California? I left California in June, and I actually lived in Maricopa. And I stayed there until December. Yeah, everybody told me it was a bad move. People was telling me it was so stupid. My coworkers was telling me it was dumb. It was like, you just might as well wait until it come on TV. So I was like, oh, is that bad? There was like, it's a twist at the end though, but yeah, that was it. That was like, no. And I'm like, okay. But at the same time, I'm not the kind of person that really like believe that stuff. But I know for a fact I really have to go. I'm sure. What's that? Annabelle is getting ready to come out, so I am so excited. Really? I could see that. Yeah, I'm gonna go check it out. I'm gonna probably go. When is it, Tuesday? Yeah. When I get off work. But yeah, I like to watch scary movies. I love scary movies, but I don't find scary movies scary. Like I'm that person, like I go to the movie theaters and I'd be like, everybody, my friends, but I'm like, no, what are you jumping for? It's not even scary. Like, I don't know. I'll just sit there like, it's not even scary. It's funny, but I've been like that since I was little. Like, that stuff doesn't scare me because I know it's fake. And I don't believe in stuff like that. I think what set it off for me not to be scared was because I had a dream about Freddy. And then ever since then, like, I don't get scared. $12. All right. I'm sure, yeah, because I don't like spending money. One thing I hated about LA, like, and I didn't really go to the movies in LA when I lived there. No, because I've been to the movies. I'm paying $20 for a ticket. Yeah, I think that people just probably didn't get us. That's what one of my friends was telling me. She was like, I think that people just was confused, and that's probably why they didn't like it. But it was like nearly $20 for a freaking movie ticket. It was like 16 something. I'm like, no. And then like when you park at Universal Studios, you also got to pay for parking and stuff too. Really? Was it like scary or anything? Or it's just like, Like you could sit through it. Or was it exactly like what's call it? Get Out. Get Out was a good movie. I watched that like 4 times. Okay, yeah, like Get Out. All right. That was a good movie, man. And it's been a long time really since I've seen like actually good movies until like I've seen Get Out. Because everything it seems like has been like a joke. Or I hate watching movies where it's terrible actors. It's like, are you serious? Yeah, Get Out did have like a whole bunch of hidden messages. I felt that movie in the soul. Yeah, man. What else? What else is scary? I don't think nothing is scary. What haven't I seen? What movies haven't I seen? I don't even know what's out. I'm about to go see I know Friday. Um why can I think Little? That's what I'm gonna go see. That looks funny. I love Regina King. She's a really good actress. She's funny. But I always, whenever I see her, I always think of Scary Movie. And I always get confused of how the heck she's always back in these scary movies when she died. Makes no sense. But yeah. What other YouTubers do you guys watch? Oh yeah, I'm gonna see Pet Cemetery. I am. I used to watch that all the time when I was a kid. The original ones. I love like the Poltergeist, all that stuff. Like I love it. And my mom's sister will always say like the reason that you had all that paranormal stuff happen to you is because you like to watch scary movies. I say it's just a movie. Like no, that doesn't happen because of that. You sound stupid. I ain't even finished my hair. I'll finish it in a minute. I don't feel like it. It always take me forever to do my hair. This is dumb. But I just like scary movies because it's, I don't know. It's interesting to me. I don't like I like to watch love and romance and stuff, like different stuff. I love to watch dramas and stuff. But like I love to watch scary movies. There was like a period in my life though when I was dealing with like all that paranormal stuff. I literally would just stay in the dark all the time. My room was black. Like I had blackout curtains and everything. I do too. I watch, well, not all the time, but I do watch them occasionally on YouTube. I find them like interesting, and I like to watch them YouTube channels where the people be going to like abandoned places and stuff. And I really was thinking about doing that because yeah, you can't invite spirits in. Like that is a thing. I know it is. Like I know. But I just feel like it depends on what it is that you're watching. But I don't like with Annabelle, like I don't feel like I don't think that's like nah. But I do think like there are creepy stuff, like creepy dolls and stuff. Cause Kiera and Kaisha had these twin dolls and they were creepy as fuck. Like I swear the eyeballs would pop out randomly. Kiera and Kaisha, they did not want them dolls in their room. They literally had them dolls in the basement. Like, cause they were just really scared. And the pupil thingy like popped out one day, and then nobody ever touched them dolls. Nobody, like it was in my mom's room for a while. She couldn't take it. She said they had to go. Yeah, the good and the bad ones. They are definitely real. I'm telling you from experience, man. Because when we lived next to we used to live next to a funeral home, and my mom she experienced so much stuff that happened at that place. Yeah, there are cult museums and stuff. Like the stuff, like I hear all the time, like I seen a church in Texas. It was called like Lucifer or something like that. It was a devil's church, and I had never seen that stuff before. And if you think about like all them Beyonce cults and stuff, like they're all like pretty much in Texas. And I'm like I love Beyonce, but I'm not gonna worship her. She not Jesus. She didn't do nothing for me. Shoot. But I love her. Been a big fan of her since I was little, after Aaliyah. But that's a whole nother story. But yeah, it could attach itself to everything. That's why when I had those paranormal stuff like in the room when I was at my aunt's house, I always felt that stuff like the strongest in my room. And I was like, yo, like something is there. And I thought I was crazy. But when the dog would look at that same spot that I was looking at, and that time that it tried to get me to leave the room, I was like, hell no, bruh. Let me get out of here. But my mom's mother, like, she was obsessed with me. Like, a bad obsession where she did some shady stuff to try to take me away from my mom, because she was like that kind of person where I was her first granddaughter, and so the world revolves around Raven. So if I was to say like, oh, like you're beneath me, she would agree. Like I could call all you people in the world trash or my minions and talk down amongst all y'all, and I would like lift myself up. She would be like, yeah, you're right. Like you are better than everybody. I don't like people like that. She looked down amongst my sister and my brother, and she was just really like petty like towards them all the time. And she just, I don't know, like she was crazy. But when she died, it was like, I mean, bye, it was nice knowing you, I guess, like, you know. And then when I had moved to Texas, we had lived with my aunt for a while, and their mom's ashes was in that house. And so with the paranormal stuff, it was always the strongest, I feel like, there. Like that's when I had seen the crazy stuff of things on the wall and stuff I've never seen before. And that's why I kind of want like a pet. Like I don't want a pet because I don't want to take care of it, but I do want one because I feel like they are like family. Like they're always looking out for you. And I was like, imagine if I had stayed in that room that day that I was looking on the wall and I felt somebody like, well, looking on the wall while I'm asleep, and that dog didn't come into the room and try to get me out of there. What would have happened? You know, what would have happened like that one time when I had saw the shadow of a man on the wall and right next to him was a dog with horns. Like if I stayed in the room, what would have happened? I don't know. That's creepy stuff. I really haven't experienced paranormal stuff like in a minute. It's just been like little stuff like here and there. And even little kids, like they could see that stuff too. Like it's just whenever I always felt like, oh, something's right here in the corner. It'd be a dog or even a baby or something that would look and just stare at it. And I'm just like, like, so it is something there. But I don't know. I'm really good at feeling the stuff. I don't really like see it. It's just, I just feel that it's there. It's weird. I don't like feeling like that. Now, I do want to go like visit like haunted places though. But then at the same time, I'm not trying to let nothing in. So like I used to watch Simply Nessa, and she was always going to like them like haunted places at one point in time. And I wanted to do that, but I was like, nah. I actually was trying to get my friends to do it with me like on Halloween. When I went back home, they didn't want to do it. Raven Baxter. That's the most annoyingest thing ever, was when people call me Raven Baxter. Yup. That ghost stuff is real. It's hard for people to believe in that stuff. I grew up watching A Haunting, Beyond Belief, Beyond the Grave. Like And I had never like really thought that stuff was real until like I experienced it. And every time, a lot of times too, like when I would experience stuff, like one time me and Nish, we was in my room and we were sitting on the floor. This actually happened twice, the same exact way. We were on the floor, we was like looking at our phones and we sitting right by the door. And then all of a sudden, like my door started opening and closing by itself. And we would look at each other and then she'll close the door and I say, it's because of me. Like, I don't know what the heck, something attached itself to me or whatever. But whatever it is, it's gone now. I don't feel that dark cloud anymore. It was just like for me, I think it was once I forgave those people that had hurt me because like I was really in a bad place. And I was just like, when you trust somebody so much and they just break your heart, and especially when it's someone like that you've known your entire life and they just really do the utmost to hurt you. It was like my heart was really broken and I was not in a good place. And I feel like a part of the huge reason I was struggling when I lived in LA was because whenever I would talk to this one particular person and they ask me like, "Oh, how's everything going?" blah blah blah. Everything could be like going great. Soon as I talk to that person, like 2 seconds later, here come more problems. And it was just like, yo, like really? And I noticed that. So when I stopped really talking to that person, it was just like, I forgave that person for what they did. I felt all the anger and hostility just go away. And I cut down when I talked to that person. And ever since then, I haven't really like been experiencing the paranormal stuff. So I think it just also depends on the people that you have around you, like your circle. So I don't like to let a lot of people in. Like I'm such a private person. Like people don't know anything about me, my date, nothing, because I don't like people in my business like that. I don't want people to pray for my downfall. Yeah, that's honestly that's the main reason I feel like I struggled so much in LA. That's the only thing. Like because it was crazy. It was like literally life every time. Life was like perfect. And then next thing I know, and then people, this one lady, oh, it was crazy. Every time I would see her like at the train station, she would come to me and she was like, "Oh, are you in church? Do you stay in church?" And this, that, and the other. And I'm like, yeah. And I thought she was crazy. She said, people be, she was like, people are out there casting out spells and stuff on you and casting out demons on you. And I was like, okay, like you're crazy. Like you sound crazy. But then, like, I started to think about it. Like, yo, all this stuff is happening. I had dreams about demons, this and that. Like, it just started to make sense to me. And I was like, I don't know if I'm losing it, if I'm going crazy, but it really did make sense to me at that time. And I still do. I think that that person had a huge impact on my life and that these people was praying for my downfalls. Yep. That's why you gotta be careful who you sleep with and everything. Like these people are crazy. Cause this person, like, when I look at this person, I just seen them recently. It's like it's like I'm looking at like a whole different person. The whole look of this person has changed. And like it's their face, but in the middle it's like a blur. And I had a dream like that like years ago, and it was like with demons. And it was like I got offered a job at the airlines. This is another reason I'm kind of like, ugh, about working at the airlines. But I got a job working there, and there was somebody came in and was like, they're killing people outside, and I was like, what? So I went outside to go look, and like um there's these people, they're all wearing white tees and blue jeans, and so we're standing face to face with these people, and somebody was like, you could choose whoever you want to choose. And I'm like, each and like every other person kind of looked weird, like something about them looks kind of off. And then like I was like, oh my gosh, like they're the devil, like they're demons. And as soon as I said that, like each and every person that I said that looks weird, they looked at me and they was like, we want you, and they turned into like demons. It was really creepy. And then it ended like, if you guys ever seen The Haunting of Molly Hartley, like I'm walking and it seems like I'm like a famous person or whatever. And everybody's like, hi, Raven, like, blah, blah, you know, wanting hugs and autographs and stuff. And I'm just in my head like, God, like, I didn't choose this life, you know, like, I trust you and only you. But it was like my dream was trying to say, like, I worship the devil or something because that was the life that was chosen for me. Like, it was weird. I don't know. But yeah. So that's why I just like be careful who I let into my circle. I don't get in drama because I try not to like entertain those people that consist of drama. People do be trying to bring drama in my direction, and it be there for like a second, but then I quickly get rid of them. That's why with the old girl I was telling y'all about before with the money, like she was just a negative person to be around. I really felt like she thought she was better than me, like, you know. And it, even with this other girl, like it seemed like I kept meeting people that they think that they better than me. That's just people in LA, like they just think they better than everybody for some no apparent reason. Like, boo, like how you broke but you acting like you better than me? Like, goodbye. You don't know where you gonna sleep at tonight, but you better than me, right? So that's why, like, so many fake people. That's why I'll limit myself to who I talk to. Nope. If you got drama, goodbye. Don't talk to me. I like to live peacefully. You know, life needs to be perfect for me. I used to play the trombone. That was kind of random, but yeah, I used to play the trombone. Yep, it's very spiritual. That's why, like, when I had moved to LA, like one of the biggest things that I worried about was going to church. Like, cause like y'all know I'm a PK. My dad's a pastor, and all my uncles and my grandfathers and stuff, they're all like pastors too. So I grew up in church. And so when I got to LA, like my thing was I don't want to go, like I wanted to go to church, but I was just worried about going to church because like I don't want these false prophets and you know all that stuff teaching me, like, no. And so one of the things was people was pushing when I got there, like, oh, go to one church of LA because that's where all the celebrities and stuff go. And I'm just like, really? Y'all can't take 5 minutes out of y'all lives to focus on God and not y'all careers and famous people and stuff. But actually, one church of LA, like, it's a really good church. Like, it was because of Pastor Torre that I was able to forgive that person that, like, had really hurt me, you know? And I only knew, like, I knew this one pastor in LA because when he lived in Michigan, he used to go to my grandfather's church and he would preach like sometimes at my grandfather's church. He grew up in my grandfather's church. So I was like, I could always go to his church. So I went to his church, but I didn't really feel comfortable at his church. And so I visited around like other churches. And then you know how, like, I don't know if y'all go to church or whatever, but when you go and visit churches and it's like people trying to force you to join their church, like they think you're like some type of sinner or you don't know God and this, that, and the other. And that's how I was feeling. Like this person, these people, like whenever I would go to churches and visit, it was like they were trying to push me. And I'm like, yo, my dad's a pastor. And they're like, oh, really? I'm like, yeah. Like I say it so quick because like they come off like pushy, like you don't know God. Like, goodness, just because I'm like visiting, I'm just moved here or whatever. Can I just try to find a church first before? No. Like, and I hate that I have to have that attitude sometimes, you know, to be like, yeah, oh, my dad's a pastor. Like, I'm not trying to rub it in your face or whatever, but like, don't push me. And my mom was saying the other day, like, at her job, like, her coworker was like, My mom was asked her, she was like, so what are you guys wearing for Easter? Guys got a color theme um, that you guys want or have? And the girl goes, no, I don't know why you would ask that. Easter is not about that. Like, okay, we know it's the resurrection. Sunday is about the death, burial, resurrection of Christ. You know, we know that. But my mom just said that just to be like, make a conversation with you. Mm-hmm. And so like the girl, she was like well, my dad's a pastor and we don't do this and we don't do that. And it's like, okay, girl. Like at this point, like my mom's like, I don't even want to talk to her. I can't stand people like that when they just like think they're better than everybody because they're like in a pastor's family or whatever. And honestly, being in the pastor family is like being famous though, for real. Like no lie. It's like everything is public. Y'all, if y'all heard the crap people used to say about me, like, oh, why don't she wear makeup? Or, you know, when I get in a relationship and I date guys, this is why I'm private with my relationships and stuff. When I would date guys and stuff, like people would just be like, oh, she was desperate and she just that and the other. And it's like, how am I desperate when all I'm doing is dating a guy? Like other people, you could date a guy. Your daughter dating a guy, this, that, and the other. Oh, she gonna have a baby by the time she this age, and she got her parents. Like what? Like it's crazy. I had heard so much stuff growing up from people because they will assume that they know me, and so I feel like I got a taste of what it's like being famous. You know? Yep. I mean, honestly, like I'm not on this earth to please nobody. It is. It's like being a celebrity. Like everybody know your business. When my parents got divorced, everybody knew why my parents got divorced. Everybody knew why. There was people that was like, can y'all stay together? No, my parents grew apart. Like it happens, you know? But it's so much stuff. Like I got people will call. I remember when this Christmas came out, okay? I went to the movies, right? To go see this Christmas with my friend. People calling my dad and stuff saying like, oh, Raven's at the movies. Like they're telling on me. Like, what? Like they do dumb stuff. Or they'll call like the house and they'll just ask for a pastor. Don't say hi, how you doing? Just like, oh, pastor there. Okay, nice talking to you too. I'm doing good. But it's a lot. I understand what these people as celebrities like what they go through. That's why I'm very private. I love Chris Brown. It's honestly, I wonder if today, like if I was to run into him, like would he recognize me? Him and Carucci. Well, I met Carucci, but it was just like it was so much going on at the time, so we didn't even get to have a moment to like talk where like, oh, like I don't know if you remember me, but blah blah. But yeah. That was just I couldn't believe like, oh girl, when I found out that was the real Chris, I was like, but yeah. But he's like a really, really nice person. Yeah, probably like if I refresh his memory. I still have these messages and stuff. Yeah, that's how you have to live. You gotta live peaceful. You gotta live for yourself. You can't live for other people. I think like I have friends who parents was living through them, and it just really like irritated me. Like there's this one girl, the lady who literally said that I was going to run buck wild since I was at my parents' house. Sorry, y'all. I got a phone call. But the lady who said that she thinks that since I was at my parents' house, I was gonna run buck wild and go have a baby and this, that, and the other. She was letting her daughter, boyfriend, spend a night at their house at freaking 12 years old. This girl was freaking losing her virginity at 12 years old. Her kids, fast as hell. But you worried about me though. What I'm doing. Like, girl, I'm grown. Worry about your child. People, like, I can't stand people, yo. That's why nope. I was like, no new friends. If you're not my circle of friends right now, then forget you. Yeah, yeah, like, I don't, since I've been in Atlanta, I feel like Atlanta has a bunch of weird people. Yeah, people are super nosy. And that's what I'm saying. Like, why are you worried about me? Worry about your children, what's going on in your household. Don't worry about Raven and what she doing. Like, cause I'm good. Like, get your life. Yeah. Live your life for you. Not like that lady, like she's a nice person. Don't get me wrong, but she was messy as hell. And like when I look on Facebook, because we're friends on Facebook, and I just see her and how she is now, like I met a few cool people, just like a few, but at the same time, they still hella weird. Like I kind of want to tell you guys something, but I feel like I can't say it because like they follow my social media and it's like they're gonna be like, oh, well, you was talking about us, but it's just be like some hella weird shit that be coming up. Like I'm not trying to get involved in, like, no. But they're cool people, but it's just like, mm-mm-mm. And as far as like, I've met a lot of like gay people and studs, you know, all that stuff. And I don't have a problem with them. Like, I don't care your sexuality, you know, whatever. And I have a lot of like gay friends. But like, it seems like a lot of people that I've met, it's just like they're pushy or they're like, well, you can't knock something if you never tried it, or like they would just always trying to like get me to be like, you know, and I'm just not like, I'm straight, like, you know, like we could be friends, definitely we can hang out anytime, but it's just like with some people they make it hella uncomfortable to be their friends. Like I wish I could say, but I just like, because they follow me, like they're gonna be like, oh really, so you gonna talk shit about us, like, yeah. But it's hella weird stuff, and I don't condone that. I don't participate in that. Like, mm-mm, mm-mm. It's weird stuff they trying to get me involved in. I stuff I've never even heard of. Like, what? Like when I was just like hearing their situations and stuff, like, well, you know, okay, like it's creepy. Yeah, I have to keep them at like yeah, I have to be careful with them. And because it's just like, I don't know, like it's hella uncomfortable. Like honestly, I really wish I could tell y'all this story, but like when I told my mom, she said, I told my friends, they was like, Raven, like that sound like some crazy shit. Like you might want to, you know, be careful or even like keep your distance from them. But they're cool people. It's just, I don't know. It's just some things I just don't trust. Yeah. I don't know. It's like, I honestly, I haven't seen these people in a minute, but it's like, and the lady, she was just making sure like, you know, stay a part of our lives, don't forget about us and blah blah blah. And I'm just like, yes. So anyways, you know, like trying to change the subject because I am really quick to like cut people off, especially like if I feel like you are really making me that uncomfortable, like, no. And just with like gay people in general, like I really don't care. I love the gay people, like they're cool. I have best friends that's gay, but it's just like people that I keep coming across, they're hella pushy. And even like the men here, that's why I was sitting when I told you guys that story about old dude pulling out his dick while we at work, like pushy. That whole night was a bunch of pushy ass niggas trying to get with me. And it's like, yo, like, hi, how you doing? Can we have a conversation? And it's just like, man. And honestly, like, for me, like, I don't want to date in Atlanta. Like, I don't. Because I just don't feel comfortable. Like, I don't have a problem with you, you know, but it's just, yeah, he pulled out his penis while we was at work, showed me it. Like, I don't know if he wanted me to come over there and like suck it or what he thought, but yeah, that's why I'm not dating in Atlanta. Like, I heard about the STD rates, AIDS, all that stuff, and I feel like that's a part of the reason why I'm not like a big fan of Atlanta. It's not that it's because it's gay people, like I don't care, but like I don't want to sit here. If I'm in a relationship with you, I have to worry about you like messing around with some other dudes. And there's a lot of swingers and stuff down here. So that's kind of hit what I was talking about. But yeah, there's a lot of swingers and like people in open relationships and doing all that weird stuff that I'm just not into. And it's just like, nah. And then to me, like, don't come and try to ask me for that stuff because I hate when people, I've been asked like 2 or 3 times, would I have a threesome with them? And it's just like, no, I'm not into that. That's gross. But and that's why it's like with LA, like I can handle. There's a lot of gay people in LA. I could handle that. That they no none of those gay people ever made me feel uncomfortable. But when I came here, like a lot of them has made me feel very uncomfortable. So it's just, but I have met some that wasn't even like they wasn't even pushy. And then like there's been like, for instance, when was it? When I had left that place and I told you guys I had met that stud and we was staying in a hotel for a few days. She brought her friend over to the hotel, and her friend was like, "Oh, I feel like I gotta go call my girl and tell my girl that there's a girl here, another girl." Like it's different because it's me. Like, you know, like I'm not a stud and I'm not into females or whatever. But she still felt like she needed to give her girl the heads up, and she was making this big ass deal because I was there, and I'm looking like, I'm the one that freaking paid for the hotel. You just a guest here. Like you could go. But I don't know, like it's just weird. Don't like don't try to make it seem like I'm gonna come to you. Cause I was like, I made it clear with these people. The one girl that I had met, I told her from get-go, I was like, I'm not into girls. She's okay with that. She was cool. She didn't treat me no type of way. Like, you know? But the other girl, she like some, well, I mean, you could say that, but it don't mean nothing. I don't look at females like that. Like, yeah, I could sit and say, oh, she's really pretty or whatever, but that doesn't mean I want to fuck her. That doesn't mean I like her. Like, oh, yeah, you know, she's pretty or she got a nice figure or something, but that's it. Like, it's not, oh, I'm in love with her or I want to smash. No. No Tinder. Hex, no. No Tinder. We just good when I go like home, then I could just, you know, mess around with people that I know there or in LA or something. But Atlanta, heck no. Hex, no. And then like there are girls that like literally look like guys. And it's just like, whoa. Yeah, she was like, she was making a big deal about this, like a big ass scene. And I'm just like, girl, chill. And then like it continued on because like the girl that I had met, like she had to go to work and she had a car. And so the girl who was making a big deal about it, she like, well, I gotta go braid somebody's hair tomorrow. Can I use your car? And the girl just like, no, like you don't have your license and stuff like that. And she was like, if anything, I'll let Raven drive the car and take you there. And she was like, the girl was like, no, because this girl, she don't want nobody to know where she live at. And if she see Raven, she gonna feel some type of way because she's another female and this, that, and the other. I'm just like, what? Like, girl, it was like this big ass deal. And I couldn't deal with it. Like, you know, so then ride a bus to wherever it is you need to go. Get an Uber or something. Like, she just wasn't having it. And then even like with the whole sharing a bed thing, because she needed somewhere to go that night. So she was like, the stud girl was like, oh, like me and her, well, not me, but her, both of the studs could share a bed together. And I had my own air mattress anyway, so I could just sleep on my air mattress. But she didn't want to, like, she didn't want to do that because she feels like, you know, if her girl finds out, then it would be a big deal. Like, her girlfriend would want to fight and stuff like that. So I ended up sleeping in the bed with the other stud, and she slept in my air mattress. I was just like, you just making nothing into something. Like, she's like, I mean, I'm trying to show my girl, like, I'm good. I'm not going to cheat. I'm going to do her right, X, Y, and Z. Let me get my thing because my phone about to die. Like, I just want her to, like, trust me and stuff. And it was like, okay, like, she could still trust you, but you don't got to do all that extra stuff. Like, just tell, if you felt some type of way, you could have just called your girl, say, hey, there's another girl here, X, Y, and Z. You know, she's straight, so you don't have nothing to worry about. Stop making a big deal out of nothing. Like, girl. Ah. Yeah. I just couldn't with her. That's why I don't know. It's just like I just feel like Kalana has just been nothing but drama. I don't like it. I really need to do my hair. I don't feel like it. But I'm about to go back and finish binge watching the show in a minute. Exactly. She should have never came. That's how I felt. And her friend was just trying to be like a good friend to help her out because she going through a hard time and she don't have money and she don't have shit. But everybody was like, that's her fault. Like, she's going through all this stuff. She's been homeless, they said, for a few years, and she don't have a job. She don't do nothing. She's like, she's not even trying. Like, she just got comfortable with the lifestyle that she's in. There we go. Sorry guys, trying to set my phone up on here. Bye. See you later. I'll see you guys, like, if I get off, because I'm gonna get off in a little bit anyways, but I'll go live tomorrow when I get off work, so probably like about 5. There we go. Because I do gotta call my mama back. She just called me. And I gotta go take a shower. And I gotta go do my workout too. So I'll be off in a minute. But yeah. Drama people. Can't deal with them. And then like, I don't know if y'all remember, oh girl, Wendy. But she basically like felt like me and her, how can I say this? Like, she was a cool person. Like, I actually like kind of liked her, but I felt like with her intentions was to be my friend was because she think I'm going to get YouTube famous or something, and she felt like if I vlog and I do stuff all the time, then she could benefit off of it. Like, she wanted to do her own YouTube channel and stuff, and I was like, go ahead, do it, you know? Like, she came over my house specifically so we could do like a YouTube video together, right? And that was because she was trying to do like a hair type video, her dyeing her hair. So I filmed it and everything, and I told her to like edit it and upload it. She was just too scared. Like, she was so scared. But she was like pushing me, like, you know, Raven, like, why don't you have like this much subscribers by now? Or why does this video only have 100 views and you uploaded it like last week? Like, sorry, YouTube doesn't work like that. Okay. And if you're doing, and I told her, like, if you're trying to do YouTube for money, like, you're going to fail big time. Like, you should want to do YouTube because it's fun. But she wanted to do YouTube specifically for money. And she made that loud and clear. And I kept telling her, I was like, it doesn't work like that. And you're not going to make no money. And people are going to see right through your bullshit. And her plan was to act like another YouTuber or what they do. And I'm just like, well, what works for that person may not work for you. And people gonna see right through your bullshit. And it's not gonna work. But she was just like always like so pushy. And I feel bad, like, because I cut her out of my life. But I don't like, right, just be yourself. But I don't like people that's like that. That fakeness and stuff. No, like, that's why I like, me and her, we would hang out a lot, and I did want to vlog stuff, but I didn't. Like, there was like this whole thing. Like, we went into like a sex store because she brought it up, like, about going. She's like, you know, this would be good like for your channel. Like, it'd be like a lot of attention and this, that, and the other, and blah blah blah. And so we went into the store, and like, she's holding stuff, and I got like a video of her holding stuff. She goes like, don't put this in the, stop recording, like, don't put this in the vlog, and blah blah blah, because she didn't want people to see. And it's like, okay, won't you just be yourself? Like, it's not going to define your character. You just picking up something going, what is this, or how you use this? Like, I don't know. I could not stand being around her and her like negativity. Like, nah. Like, she was cool at one point, but she was scared to create her own channel. Like, that was the thing. She's like, I have no confidence, and like, I'm not pretty, and this, that, and the other. Like, she had hella shit that was like going on. Like, it was like she was doing stuff specifically for attention. So it would be like, when I had met her, she was telling me that she had a stalker. And I'm like, okay, like, you should go press charges. Based on how she was making it seem, like, go press charges on this dude. Like, he's showing up to like gigs you're at, he's there with flowers, he followed you home, he did this, he did that. Like, why don't you go get some type of like help? But she didn't want to do that. She was like, oh, I just still want to be like friends with him. And I'm like, why, if he's doing this stuff and you keep coming back complaining? And I was like, and I told her up front, because that's one thing about me, like, I'm gonna tell you how it is. I could be pretty blunt. And so I was like, so basically how I feel in this situation is, you like that attention, because you sit here and say like, you can never get you a boyfriend and this, that, and the other, and it's always older guys who like you, and this dude is a stalker and he likes you, but you feel like you're not getting attention from people your age, or attention at all, and you already feel like all these people in the world don't like you, but you're hanging around this person, right? It's like she likes drama and attention. And I told her that, I was like, it seems like you're getting attention from him and you like it because you're not getting attention from other people. And then she's like, I mean, I could kind of see your point, but it's not true. And I'm just like, girl. But she'll like hit me up once in a while and stuff, and I just like, I ignore her. I blocked her on social media. I blocked her from my phone. I changed my number. She don't have it. Like, like, because you're too much drama. And she always wondered like why she doesn't have any friends. And when they say things like, yeah, the wrong attention. When they say things like, I don't have any friends, or I didn't have friends in school and stuff, because Wendy, like, she told me she had friends at one point, but then they all, like, life happened and she didn't keep in touch with them. Like, they all grew apart. And I'm looking like, how you from California, but you don't have no friends? That makes no sense, like, at all. You could at least have the people you went to school with. But I get people go their separate ways and stuff. But it's the amount of time that we have, like when we go to set and stuff. I've met people on set and keep in touch with these people. Even some people that's real. Like, LA, everybody fake, but I made some people that I feel like real. And that's going to probably be my friend for a long time. People in California, okay, so it goes both ways, because like when I first moved there, me and Niche, we was walking down Hollywood Boulevard, and just like minding our business, and it was like people was so nice. Like, people was like, hi, how are you, like speaking, and we was like, what? Because we're not used to that. Like, where we from, like she's from Minnesota, I'm from Detroit, like I'm not used to that. And everybody seemed like they nice and stuff, but at the same time, like, people are fake there, because everybody's too busy trying to climb up this social ladder. Everybody's your friend for the moment, or when it benefits them, or when they feel like you're going to be useful for them in the future. Like, yeah, then it's that. So it's just like a whole matter of, you got to be careful who you become friends with. And like, I kind of wanted to collab with people like that has the same amount of followings that I do. And but it's like some people like I had met, it was just like I feel like they was in it for the wrong reasons, you know. And I'm not gonna be in your video, and you're definitely not gonna be in my video with no fake shit. Like, it's that type where it's like we get together and then it's just like, hi, how you doing, blah blah. And then when your camera come on, oh, we all buddy buddy. Like, no, homie. Yep, no, not everybody's meant to be your friend. Everybody, that's why, like, for me, when I meet people, we are just like associates. You have to prove to me that you're a friend. Even like with that girl Rachel, like, I felt like at some point in time, like, we were friends, but then it just switched up. When she just like, when it seemed like life was going good for her and she had found a place to live, then it was like, I didn't hear from her no more. And then until somebody brought my name up in a conversation. And then I end up, and then she reached out to me, right, just for the camera in Hollywood. And, like, it's fake shit. And then she reached out to me, and she's like, oh, where you live at? I'm like, oh, North Hollywood and blah, blah. And then you want to be friends with me, and then you mysteriously get kicked out your boyfriend's house and need somewhere to go. So now you hitting me up. Like, and then after that, that's when it was like that whole using thing. And I was like, and I told her, I was like, you're a user. I think I'm going to do like a whole like story about her. She told me, she was like, don't tell our stories and stuff that we've been through, you know, on YouTube, because she's going to put it in a book. And, well, first off, I'm not even using a real name. And they won't know until they read the book and they see my channel. Like, if we become famous, like, oh, that was Raven and such and such. But if it's my story, I'm going to tell it. Like, that's what we going to do. None of that fake stuff, you know. Because it was like when we went to the BET Awards, I actually filmed this video and I was going to upload it this week about going to the BET Awards. She was on that fake shit there. Like, we're not about that life, cuz. We got to be honest. We got to be real. We got to focus on our careers. We got to try to make it, you know. Because this is like, this business is really tough and it could eat you up. Like, for real. I mean, goodness, like, I just seen so much in California. Like, when I was saying about the suicide thing, I've seen people attempt that multiple times. I've heard people talk about suicide right in front of my face, because it gets hard like that sometimes, especially there. You could try so much and try so hard, but it's never enough, you know? That's like for me, like I know my life. Like I don't care nothing. I don't care how hard life is. Like my faith in God is going to get me through. Okay? Like that's the only thing that keep me going. I heard once somebody, it wasn't my parents or my uncles or nobody had ever said this to me, but somebody had told me that if you could admit suicide, you going to hell. I said, Psh, heard that once. We ain't never committed suicide. And I've understood like why that would be considered you going to hell, because you basically gave up on God. So why would I kill myself? To me, like, no offense to anybody who lost someone to suicide, but it's like, why would I jeopardize that? Why would I take any chance to find out and go to hell? Like, no. Shh. I'm good. Life is not that hard. Cause it be like sometimes in this stuff, like it be getting so hard for me. It's just be like, dang God, can I catch a break? Like, geez. But everything happens for a reason, you know? There's so much stuff in life that I want to do, and I feel like I go through this stuff because of it. Exactly. That's why I said, I literally said California is the devil's playground. And when I said that, everybody was like, actually, it is. And I'm like, that's true. I know it is. It is. It is, man. Right. It's this storms, it's only temporary. It's only for a season. Everybody in life gonna take a L. And so like when you go through your storm, that's your L for the moment, you know? You learn from it, you grow from it. It is like, man, like I sometimes like I'll be asking God, like, are you sure I'm supposed to be an actress? Cause I just hear so much stuff, man. But when God wants you to do something, you gotta do it. Cause like a lot of times when I was growing up, like I used to question myself, like, I don't know if I really want to be an actress. With all the stuff that it takes to be an actress and all the stuff that goes on and you know, all that crap, like, I don't know. And God always, like always, whenever I questioned, he always came and like showed me his answer. And it's just like, okay, fine, I'll do it. Like he makes the hunger for it grow so much. And my dad said like when he was young, because my parents are only 45. So my dad said that when he was younger, God had called him to be a preacher. And he always like brushed it off, was like, nah, like I'm not going to be a pastor. I don't want to do that. You know, that's not my calling. Like that's just the people in our family. And then he said, God kept poking at him. He was like, okay, like, you know, I do it. Keep nagging at him. It's like, that's honestly, that's how God works. He's just like, okay, I'll do it. Like, man. And then God's like, okay, I won. You know, like being funny, like, ugh. But, cause like, it's industry, like even posting on like YouTube, like people be hella crude. Like, you know how many times I did a mukbang and like, the comments come in like, oh, surprising, a fat girl eating. Like, what? Like, okay, just because I'm not in a size 2, like, I eat too. Like, what? Like, I'm supposed to just starve myself just because I'm not a size 2? Like, people be like intimidating. And it's just always people. It'd be funny when it's people without profile pictures. People be trolling. People like comment on the videos saying like drink bleach and I hope you die. Or like you could say your opinion about something. People get so pissed off about it. Like you're stupid or you're uneducated or you know, this worked for me or blah blah blah. Or like what? Or you're just a hater. Like on what though? Yeah, that's why I don't even care. Like people put their negative comments like I don't care. It doesn't hurt my feelings. I literally tell people on a regular like your opinion of me is irrelevant. I don't care if you like me or you don't. Like your opinion is irrelevant. I only care about God. If your name is not Jesus Christ, your opinion is void and void, boo. It's irrelevant. Like that's how I feel. Period, point blank. This one lady got pissed off because I said that to her. But I was like, I don't care. Like, boo-hoo. I'm not going to cry. That's the most. You're going to hear me cry. Boo-hoo. Like, no. I do not care if you like me. I don't care if you don't like my video. Don't watch it. Like, that's all. Like, I don't care. Like, whatever. So even like sometimes, because like one thing is like, I remember when I first wanted to start going live, people was like, okay, but like you have 0 people watching right now. And I'm like, okay, you still could make a video. Right. They put me on. Like, honestly, like if you feel some type of way and you got negative comments to say, I literally tell my mom, like my mom jokes with me and she'd be like, Raven, you so mean, or you this, that, and the other. And I'd be like, thank you, you feeding my soul. And now I got other people doing that too. Thank you for thinking about me that much. You're just like, you're helping me. Actually, when people take the time out and comment on my videos and say like rude stuff, you're helping me grow my channel more. So it's like, thank you. Yup. That's why they say like, those haters is your biggest supporters. That's what, because I used to never understood when people like, you know, one day you're going to need your enemies and stuff. And I'm like, I would never need my enemies. But my enemies are my biggest motivators. They're my biggest fans. Thank you. Want an autograph? Want a picture? And that's so funny because like when I tell everybody, when I tell people I want to be an actress or I'm pursuing it, people like to make sure that they like get my autograph or get a picture. Like my coworkers from my last job, when I lived in Arizona, like they like, oh, Raven, like we gotta make sure we have a picture and stuff. Right. Right. It confuses them when you like say thank you and you know for saying your mean comments. Like, thank you. Like I love it, you know? So they don't push me. That's why when I hear stories about YouTubers who used to be like big but they quit because of, you know, the mean comments, you're always gonna have haters. Like, that's just life. You know? You don't have haters, you ain't popping. I don't care. Like, thank you for being my supporters. Thank you for being my friends. Thank you for taking the time out your life to watch my video. But hey, I love it. I love it. But yeah. Yep. You have to love yourself and know that God loves you. And that's the only thing that matters. Like, life is so much better when you put God first and you focus on your self-love and God's love. It makes life so much better. Like what people say, it doesn't affect you at all. So I like it. I don't care. Mean comments don't mean nothing to me at all. What time is it? It's hot in here. Man, I'm so irritated because like the Airbnb I stay at, like, okay, so sometimes filming videos here could be like hella annoying because dude next door in the room next to me, like he likes to blast music. He be pissing me off because it could be like 4 o'clock in the morning. He playing music loud and it's annoying. And then like I can't stand when people don't wash their hands after they go to the bathroom. Like you could literally just hear them like flush the toilet and walk right out. And I had just went to the bathroom like right before I went on live, and like he was in there and he didn't even flush the toilet. You a grown ass man. A grown ass man and you don't know how to flush the toilet. Like it's pissed me off. Like that's why I see this is why I want my old stuff. Yeah, spreading germs everywhere. And that's why I got like a thing of Lysol. I got Pine Sol. You know, it's very gross. I can't stand when grown people are trifling. Like, if you are past the age of 5, I expect you to know how to wash your hands. The guy in this room too, he don't wash his hands either. But they be going in the kitchen, they be touching stuff, and it's just like, ew. That's why I'm, ugh. And the fact that this Airbnb was hella clean. Like, it is still, like, pretty clean, but it's dirty. And it's because of these two niggas. Like, man. And that's sad that I have to say that. But it's true. They're not here right now, so whatever. Yeah. I'm a neat freak too, but I have my moments where it's just like, you get home from work and school and so much going on. But my mom always taught me, like, the kitchen and the bathroom need to be the cleanest place in your house. Especially. So there's no reason for those places should be a mess. And I'm that kind of person, like, I can notice a little thing. Like, if I have my lotion right here and it's like this, and I'll leave and I come back and I see the lotion like right here, I would know like something's up because I'm like crazy like that. I'm like OCD with certain stuff. Like, hey, let's move the inch. Or I know this was right here because I remember something specifically being in a certain place. Mm-hmm. That's why, like, man, like, sometimes, like, I think about living with other people. Like, what if I live with you and then you just, like, gross? Like, I don't know. Yeah, we can't date if your bathroom and your kitchen is not clean. I don't have time for that. And, like, I be trying, like, sometimes, like, when I go to people's houses, especially in Atlanta, because, like, a lot of these places is gross. Like, it is disgusting. So you try to give them like the benefit of the doubt because of like the condition of these apartments and stuff. But yo, like, if I see a roach, like, it's gross. Cause I feel like, okay, cause a lot of apartments here, like, when I read the reviews and stuff, like, it has bugs, it has roaches and stuff. Like, a lot of them do. And so, like, there's things that you could do. Like, there's, like, these type of, I don't know what that thing is called, but it's like this thing with this handle you can spray, and it helps get rid of, like, rats and stuff and, like, rodents and stuff. And then there's also, like, what is this? It's like this plug-in thing my mom had at her place, and she always had it plugged up. So, because it prevents like insects, mice, and stuff, like all that. So, we never had issues when it came to roaches and rats and stuff. Like, that was never a concern with us. So, even when we lived in Texas, like, we lived in a janky apartment once. And the main thing that they kept talking about was roaches. And in Texas, like, they have this thing, I think it is with red light. They have these flying cockroaches in Texas. And I've seen it a lot. And sometimes they'll fly their way into the house. Into the apartment or whatever. And when we first moved in, we saw it a lot. Then my mom got that stuff. Yeah, it's only for the rats and the insects to hear it. Like dogs and stuff like that, they can't hear it. But we sprayed, we got that stuff. We ain't never had that issue. So when I get my apartment, guess what? That's what I'm gonna get. So when I first moved to Texas, I lived in Houston. And then around the time that I had started taking YouTube seriously, that's when I was in Dallas. So yeah, I've been to both. That's why I said, like, I like Dallas. My mom, like, I told her, I said, Mom, like, when I was leaving to go to California, actually, like, I said, Mom, I think you would like, no, actually, I just lived in Houston, but when I came and visit or something, what did I do? I don't know. Something happened, and I stayed with her in Dallas for, like, a few weeks. I didn't really see them in Dallas. I didn't see, like, bugs. We didn't have a problem with that at all. She didn't even use those plug-in thingies there. But, in Dallas, like, I told her, I said, Dallas is really nice. Like, I think you would like it there, opposed to Houston. And so she did. She ended up moving to Dallas. She moved back to Michigan, But now she's staying close to like Flint. She's in Grand Blanc, Michigan. And she went back home because my siblings is there. But she missed Texas. She missed not having to pay like state taxes or whatever. Yeah, you good in Dallas, man. Like, it's so clean and beautiful. Oh, at nighttime, it is so beautiful. Like the lights, it is gorgeous. I honestly like Dallas better than I like Houston. I didn't really care for Houston more so because, like, I guess this is why people call me white. But like, to me, like Texas is low key ghetto, and I'm not ghetto. So I don't know. It wasn't really for me. I didn't really like Houston, but I loved Dallas though. It was perfect. So if I was to ever move to Texas, I would definitely move to Dallas. Yeah, they do. And they shut down if Houston, they shut down the city for like crazy stuff. Like it could be raining. Oh, we shutting down the city. You be like, huh? Like, what? The city gonna be shut down tomorrow. What? I ain't never heard that before in my life. Unless like I understand like Detroit or whatever, if you shut down the city because of the snow or something. But because of rain, but it really when it rains, it rains. Yeah, I lived in the ghetto. Like when I was younger, was that I lived on the east side of Detroit and the ghetto. Like that was the hood. They used to shoot behind my house and all that stuff. It was very, very dangerous. And I lived there until I was 10, turning 11. And then that's when I had went to the suburbs in a predominantly white area. So that's why everybody likes to say I talk white is because I hang out with white people. I date blacks and white people, and I don't know. Now they just be like, "Oh, you only like Asians." I'm like, "Where do you get this stuff from?" Like people be assuming they know me. I like all guys until you give me a reason. Your race doesn't matter. But they really be like, people be like to say to me like, "You don't like dark-skinned men." Where did you get that from? I've never said that in my life. I never said I don't like dark-skinned men. But then people make that assumption because they only see that I've dated white guys or I dated light-skinned guys. Like, it has nothing to do with it. Yeah, people make up things. I swear, y'all, I be hearing some of the craziest stuff about me. And did I tell y'all about the time? Okay, so y'all know how I said I know Ryan Destiny, right? So, I was watching this video, and this person made a video trying to expose Ryan Destiny, saying that Ryan Destiny is a transgender. And I was like, how the hell is she a transgender? Let me hear your excuses. They're going to sit here and say she was a transgender because she's tall, she's really skinny, she dressed like a boy, she got big feet, and she got long fingers. So that makes you a transgender, huh? Because first off, Ryan dressed like the 90s. First off. First off, okay? And so what? She's skinny and she got long nails, like hands and feet. Like, who cares? She got big feet. Like, so that doesn't mean that you were born. And I told that person, I commented on video, I was like, I know her personally. She's definitely a female. And the person responded back. And they was like, it's called surgery during birth. You wasn't in the hospital with her when she was having her sex change. I'm like, what? Like, I'm just laughing as I'm reading this. And then she was like, and you gonna come to my video saying all this stuff. And she was like, now my next video is about to be about you because now I got my trademark going off on you. You're transgender and I'm about to make a video and expose you. I said, good luck with that. Like, good luck trying to prove this. I'm still waiting on this video. Like, you going to, she said she was going to expose me for being in the Illuminati and that I was a transgender. Good luck. I'm waiting it for this. I'm like, girl, let me know when you upload this video because I got to see it so we can laugh and talk about how stupid you are together, okay? Yeah. That's how I feel like when you start talking about people in the Illuminati, that means they made it. Clearly. I was like, good for you, Ryan, because now they're talking about you being in the Illuminati. And she's not even like that. Like, if you knew Ryan, she's really nice. She's really sweet. One of my old roommate, her friend that used to stay on the couch, she's a regular extra in Star. So she knows like the whole cast like this. Like they hang out on the regular and everything. I said, girl, tell Ryan she needs to get in contact with me. Tell her to message me on Facebook. Like, yo, help a sister out. You know? For real. Or get me to be an extra. I don't want to be an extra, but get me to be an extra at least once. Yup. I'll be like, yup, I'm in Illuminati. Because I feel like, honestly, if they were to say in the future, I feel like they would probably say I'm in the Illuminati. Because, like, on my Snapchat, sometimes I take pictures and it'd be like one eye like that. Or like real close or whatever. And, you know, they'd be saying like, oh, that's Illuminati. Everything is Illuminati, apparently, to this world. I could put my hands on my hip. Oh, triangle. Illuminati. Like, goodness. I didn't know posing meant I was in Illuminati, but okay. It's funny. This world's funny. But then it'd be like, y'all so blindsided because y'all don't believe it. Okay, not everything in this world is Illuminati. Just because some people get successful, that doesn't mean that they're in Illuminati. Like, I do believe there's something in Hollywood. I'm not stupid. But I don't think every person, just because they got money, that they're in it. Right. The whole Mason crap. Like, bruh. Like, I was watching something and they were like, it was talking about Paul Walker. I love Paul Walker, y'all. So they gonna say that Paul Walker, he sold his soul to the devil when he had gotten that movie, Skulls. That was his initiation. I was like, it's just a movie. Like, I mean, I believe some stuff, but I didn't like it's no. Now, his death, on the other hand, like, I have my suspicions about that, but I don't think all that extra stuff. Like, it's just a movie. It is kind of tell you how corrupt this world is, like, and low-key confirms stuff that we already believe, so, or we hear about, so. I don't believe everything. And people try to tell me, too, like, that I shouldn't do like scary movies when, you know, I get big as an actress, like, because they feel like that'd be me selling my soul and my initiate. I was like, what? Like, I really want to be in a scary movie because I feel like it's gonna be fun, like, but I don't think it's gonna mean that I'm joining that crap. And they're like, I just feel like it's what you put in it. What you put in is what you get out. Like, if you do the utmost with that role, whatever, then that's on you. Like, if I was doing a movie about Ouija boards and I actually was like, okay, let me go get a Ouija board and practice for it and like do the utmost in order to see if this crap is real, then I feel like you get out of it what you put in. Right. Bro, we gotta be careful talking about, oh, dude. Let me tell you, some stuff that happened with me and Katia, my friend, when I used to experience that paranormal stuff. Like, a lot of times we would mention certain people's names and our phone like would just randomly hang up. No explanation. Like, it's crazy stuff will always happen whenever we talk about certain people. And we'd be like, yo, guess we can't talk about that person. And sometimes they'll try to block it where we just can't even talk at all. And I'll be like, okay, we're just talking in the morning. It was like one time we was on You Now and we was trying to like talk to people on live or whatever. But It was just not letting us, like, whenever, sometimes when it comes to social media and connections, it was just like, ugh, it's always messing up. Like, we was FaceTiming one day, and it was so complicated to freaking FaceTime. Like, what? I don't know. Oh, yeah. That's crazy. I have not been in Facebook jail in years. I didn't even know that was, like, still a thing. I used to be in Twitter jail all the time. But Facebook jail? Bruh. I did not know. And I be on Facebook. I just started going back on Facebook all the time because I just share stuff. But other than that, I don't be on there. Facebook, like, low-key. When my big mama and abuelo got a freaking Facebook, I was like, why my grandparents got Facebook for? Who you need to talk to? And then my dad just got a freaking Instagram. I feel like that's why I don't be posting that much. I'm trying to post more on social media, but I feel like because my parents and stuff be having this stuff, I'm like, dude, you're like 45. What do you need to do with social media? And my dad never been like a person that's like into social media ever. But now that he has that, I'm just like, yo. I wonder if like my dad watches my YouTube. He gonna be like, Raven. There be times though they be saying stuff that I said on my YouTube channel, and I'll be like, oh, so you watch my channel? You have a YouTube channel? But yeah, a lot of people like they like this YouTube stuff. They be like, my coworkers, they like, oh, you got a YouTube channel? I'm gonna follow you, blah blah. I'm like, okay, you can follow me. I don't care. Thanks, but some people, I just don't want them following me because, like, I don't like negative energy. And like, one of the girls, she just subscribed to my channel. Oh, hella negative person, man. Hella negative. And I'm just like, well, don't bring no negative stuff to my channel. Because I don't have time for that. Like, because I'll be very petty. I'm a very petty person. Like, I hurt feelings. And a lot of people like to call me mean. But it is what it is. I'm not mean. I think I'm actually really nice. Like, I'm too nice. But the only time like I get mean is if I feel like people are taking advantage of me or they take my kindness as my weakness. So that's the only reason. But other than that, I'm nice all the time. My friends, like, now they will tell you that I'm mean because they know me, so they know like what I'm thinking. So like somebody could be like real disrespectful and they'll just look at me and they start smiling because they already know what's up. But other than that, pretty nice. I could be crazy though. I'm like, I could low key. I'm crazy. Like, yeah, you gotta. I let people sometimes see like me act crazy because they'll know from jump. Some people like they'll pick up really quickly like what kind of person I am. So they'll just be like, Raven, like I could tell. I see right through you. Like you mean as hell. And I'm like, they're like, yeah, you nice, but like, let me say one thing that's out of line, out of pocket, then I already know. So a lot of times, like with me, is like I could be so nice and I could give people a chance after chance, and they keep pushing my buttons. And so when I get out of character, it's always like I'm always the bad guy. I've always like got told, oh, Raven, you're the aggressive one in the situation or whatever. And I could literally say, this person has been bothering me the entire time. And I let stuff go and never say nothing. But the moment I open my mouth and I say something, then I'm the aggressive one. Okay. So, or like, if I say no in situations, like it's always Raven, oh, you bad guy. I remember when I was in middle school. There was this girl, she was in remedial math, and she would come to me all the time, like during lunch, the last few minutes of lunch, and ask me to help her with her homework. And so I helped her the first few times I helped her with it. After that, she'd just give it to me and expect for me to do her homework. And be like, we about to go, like the bell about to ring, can you do it and this, that, and the other? And I'm like, no. And then when I say no, like we got into an argument and we wasn't friends anymore because she's like, I don't know how to do it. Like, can you help me? I'm like, girl, you in remedial math. Like, you doing like multiplication and like subtraction and stuff. We are in middle school where we're doing algebra. Like, what the heck? You're doing basic math stuff. You doing fractions right now. Like, come on. How old were we when we learned that? We was in elementary school. And so to this day, like, me and her, we still not friends. Like, can you be that stupid? Are you stupid or dumb? Or all of the above? Because I would love to know. But I know a lot of people, like, they so dumb. And it's just like, how can you be so dumb? Like, man. But it's okay. So I don't help people with their homework. She was in remedial math, remedial English. The only normal classes that she had was like gym. And like there was like dance class. And she was in remedial history too. Yeah. And then even when we got to high school, I know she was in remedial stuff for a moment. And then so like I went to West Bloomfield High School, right? So we had this other school called Laker Academy. And so if you wasn't doing good at the actual high school at West Bloomfield, they'll send your ass to freaking Laker Academy and go there. So she ended up going there to finish her education. And I was like, okay. I don't know what they learned there, what they did, but okay. But it was all remedial stuff. I know and when we got to high school, she was in practical math. Practical math was basically like what I saw based on her work. It looked the same as the stuff we was doing in middle school. I was like, man. And there was this dude, like, when I was a freshman, and he was a sophomore. He was in practical math. He was rude too. Yeah, it's like a bad kid school, and like the people who grades wasn't that good. Like they all will go there. And he was like, but this dude, he didn't go there. He stayed at our high school. And he felt like freshman math when he was a freshman. He clearly felt it again when he was a sophomore. Then he ended up going to practical math. And then when he was a senior, he was in freshman math. And he was in this girl that I had knew, her class. And she was laughing at him. She was like, wait, what is he doing in my math class? Like, isn't he a senior? Everybody like, oh, he dumb as fuck. Like, how you fail that many times? Like, dude. And the crazy part about it is, like, in high school, we only needed 2 years of math to graduate. 2 years of math and 2 years of science, and then a 0.5 of either math or science. But my dumb ass wanted to do extra stuff, and I took math all 4 years of high school, being dumb. But I was able, like, I could have graduated high school early if I wanted to, but I didn't, because I wanted to enjoy every moment of high school. And I was like, I'm a dumbass. Like, I should have graduated early. I did not like getting up early, but I wanted to enjoy every minute left of like high school, because it was like, when I leave high school, then I'll officially be done. And now look at me. I'm like old, y'all. I am old as dirt. Like my sister Kiera, like, what is it? When I turned 26, she was like, Raven, I don't even know what to call you anymore. When she put on Facebook, she was like, happy birthday, Raven. And then she said I don't even know what to say, because You became old last year. And so my cousin Kayla gonna come and talk about ancient. I said, the heck, rude. Like, I gotta be ancient. Dang, like, kill my spirit, why don't you? But honestly, it seemed like after I graduated high school, like, life went by really quick. It seemed like just yesterday. I remember going to high school. I remember the songs that was popular at the time. Like, I remember it was "Oh, I Think They Like Me." I remember when it was that Mariah Carey song, "Mine Again." It's that, like, that song. What is it? Yeah. Oh, I think it was when what's that? Superman. That whatever song came out. Soulja Boy. All that Crank That stuff came out. Crank That Pontiac. Crank That, all that stupid stuff. You know. After that, life gets like, go by fast. So cherish, if you young, man, cherish those moments, cause now I take naps like a loser. Like, I love naps. And I took a nap on Friday. I didn't even wake up. Yup, the white teas and all that stuff, man. Those was the days. I used to love that era. That's when music started to suck. After that, like, honestly, I felt like if it wasn't like for Chris Brown, like Rihanna, I'm sure you're not that old, okay? Cause like, I'm old. And everybody think I'm 19. Like, really, like, my coworkers, they're all like, "Oh, I thought you was 19." My friend, he's coming from Arizona to visit on Friday. When I met him, he was like, "I thought you were my age. I thought you were 22." Like, people be thinking that, but I'm like, nah, bruh. I was born in 91. Like, I'm 27. I'm about to be 28 in July. So, getting old quickly. But those was the good old time. Music started to suck. Like, thank God for Beyonce, Chris Brown, and Rihanna, because I feel like if it wasn't for them, like, there would be no talent. Like, really. Yeah, pretty much no talent. Now it's like J. Cole, so I'm happy. Like, J. Cole, we got Chance the Rapper, and who else is really good? You're in the 80s? Oh my. Born 89? Dang. But like, I don't know. Like, I think a lot of people that was born in the 89s, like the 29, 30-year-olds now, like, have a good personality. They don't act like it. Like, at all. Like, a lot of y'all, like, still look really young. Like, I've met some people that's in their 30s and they look like they're like 22. And I'm just like, but some people, like, it'd be crazy because I'm like watching some like YouTubers and they're like a little bit younger than me, or I watch like see some of these celebrities and stuff and they're younger than me but they look older than me, and I'm like, yo, like, you look like 45. Like, what the hell? What happened? Man. But yeah, I feel like I kind of have an old soul too, because like, honestly, like, I prefer to listen to music in the 90s, like the 90s up to 2004. After that, I don't really care for. I have some music from that time, but other than that, nah. Yeah. I know this girl, like, when I was in high school, she used to put makeup on every 5 minutes. No lie. Not even over exaggerating. She pulled out her thing. One day, this girl came to school without makeup. And everybody was like, whoa, who the heck is that? It was like, oh, that's Michaela. We like, the fuck happened to her? Because she wasn't wearing no makeup that day. She looked ugly. Like, bruh. That's why I drink a lot of water. I love water. It's like crack to me. Which is weird, because I drink so much water, but I'm still fat. But hey, here's what it is. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna wear to work tomorrow. I really don't feel like going. Yeah, it's so good. I honestly, like, when I was in the dorms and stuff, my parents would buy like a whole pack of water, and not even in 2 days that mess is gone. They're like, Raven, I just bought it for you. It's so good. But like, and the thing is, like, I even like drink the water from the faucet. But I only did that in Michigan. Other states I didn't do that. I only did it in Michigan because, you know, the water in Michigan was good and everything. But now, like, if you ask me, no, I wouldn't, because the whole thing with Flint. But I don't know. I've always been addicted to water. We had this conversation at work about Voss water because I love Voss water. And it was like all they did was get a like glass bottle and put water in it. It doesn't taste different. I was like, it does taste different. All these waters taste different to me because I like Dasani water. I don't drink it. It's nasty. And also, like, those have those perlites in it. So I really, really don't drink that. The clear little parasites. So I was like, I'm good. I'm always like that different person. So there's only, like, the only thing I would drink is water, lemonade, and I drink a lot of tea. That's it. I don't like pop. I don't like Kool-Aid. I don't really like juice that much. I just really started to get into cranberry juice and pineapple juice. But other than that, you don't have to worry about me drinking none of that stuff. Yeah, Core is good too. That's like, all them waters is good. Besides, like, I feel like Dasani is gross. Yeah, Aqua. What's that? I can't think of that water that they have. I didn't see it until I had lived in Texas. I haven't seen them in a long time, but they have like a red packaging around them. And that water is nasty. When I lived in Texas, I just couldn't, like, with water. I didn't even really drink water that much there because it was just nasty. Whatever water that was, unless the only water I would drink in Texas was Kroger water, and that's it. But other than that, you would not catch me drinking nothing else. I'm so mad because I had no dark spots on my skin, right? At all. And so I had run out of foundation, and I bought this other kind of foundation, and it just like broke my skin out. And I got dark spots on my face. And I'm just like, yo, that's what happens when you go to the drugstore and get foundation. Because I hadn't been using drugstore like foundations and stuff. Like, I never like really cared that much about it. Yup. Stuff without sugar. That's the only thing I drink. But then when I started using that, because I ran out of foundation, it just like jacked up my face. So now I went and got another cheap thing, and I've been using the Black Radiance. I talked about it before, and it's okay. Like, it's good. But I really like Naked. That foundation with them is really good. And I've been like using the black soap to wash my face, and because I'm trying to get this mess to go back to normal. I always use this. The last time I used to have dark spots on my face, I was using this, and then I was using the cleansing brush and stuff, and then got rid of it and put on a lot of cocoa butter. Yeah, I heard about the black African soap. And I also have a friend that's now, she makes soap, and it's like organic soap, and she said it's really good. Like, the chemicals and stuff in it is really good. So I was thinking about buying it. Her website just launched the other day, actually. So, and then I've been that aloe vera, you know, just using that. So I feel like I can't use like drugstore foundation stuff anymore, because it's just and even like with that one, because the last time I used Black Radiance, like, it was fine. I didn't have to worry about breaking out. So whenever like I ran out of the Naked foundation, I'll just put like the Black Radiance on. So like I've been putting that on, and I had this big old bump like on my face, like looked disgusting. And I was like, what the hell, bruh? And then like I don't like when foundation doesn't last that long. You be like, I just put it on and it already looked like it's not there. But hey, so yeah. What did you guys do for the weekend? No, black baking soda and peroxide is really good. I used to do that. My parents used to do that. We always use baking soda when we brushed our teeth back in the day, man. But now I have my toothpaste in my room. But yeah, I use this now. Because it's really good. But I still occasionally use like baking soda. And I use that. I used to the toothpaste they have too. I use that. But right now I just been on this kick with that. Crest is really good. I don't ever buy the ones in the bread packaging, just the blue ones. And I drink a lot of green juice too. Yeah. Like kale juice and stuff, that's really good. And what else? For my hair, I've been doing the rice water too. So I need like my hair to like even back out. Because it's like it's still like kind of short. Like it grows a little bit, but then it stops. So I was like, let me try like the rice water and try that and see like if it helps. And biotin worked, but like biotin has me like shaving like 10 times a week. Like that's what it feels like. I'm like, dang, I just shaved. I gotta shave again. Man, like goodness. And this one lady, like, she does that whole It Works thing. If you guys know what that is, that's like those body wraps and stuff that everybody be promoting and selling and whatever. And she was like, well, you can use our hair vitamins from there. And I'm like, no, because I feel like It Works is like a pyramid scheme and it doesn't work. Like, even like people was trying to sell me this freaking wrap stuff. And I've said before, I've tried it and it didn't work. Like, you're just wasting $59 a month for 5 packs, 5 little like wraps to put on. Like, it's a waste of your money in general. Like, you want to lose weight, go exercise and eat healthy. That's all you have to do. But I'm not about to sit here and buy those products when I know for a fact it doesn't work. And then how you gonna tell me like it's good as far as losing weight when the freaking founder of the company is freaking obese? Like, he's way overweight. So how can you sit and promote something and I don't see the results in you? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, not trying to seem or fat shame anybody, but it's just like saying how it is. It doesn't make sense to me. What I look like saying, hey guys, like, it works, like it really does work, you know. And because it don't. Just exercise. I just tell people that all the time. Yup, you don't need to buy all that crazy stuff. The only thing, like when I did the Lavelle stuff, like I actually like those products. Yeah, I love lemon water. And that's really good to drink in the morning. But like with the Lavelle stuff, those actually did have my energy like up. Like I felt like more active and more alert with that. So if I was to go back and do Lavelle, I actually would. But if that's something that's good as far as boosting energy. So when I don't feel like going work out, then hey, take one of them little pills, whatever. And then like the shakes, it was good as far as like curving your appetite because it had like the vegetables and stuff in it. So that was like actually really good. But like the pyramid scheme like part, I don't promote that. Because it was like talking about if you make a certain amount and you get all these signups and all these people, then and make all these sales, then you could get you a car. I don't believe that stuff. I believe in the product, but I don't believe in like, oh, you could go get you a brand new Mercedes. Like, I don't support none of those pyramid scheme stuff. I know Soulja Boy was in one of them pyramid schemes. He was in that Wake Up Now one. Because I was wondering, like, how does he have money? Like, what is he doing? And the person who was trying to tell me about Wake Up Now, they told me, it was like Soulja Boy in it. Soulja Boy and a bunch of other stuff. But I don't participate in that stuff. So fun, you should come to again. Yeah. I'm about to go do my workout anyways and finish doing this hair because I got to get ready for work and I need to call my mama back because she called me and she texted me and my screen is flickering. Why's my screen flickering? That's creepy. I don't know, maybe nah. Yeah, but we've been on here for 165 minutes, guys. So that's the longest I've ever been on live. So I'm about to get off because I need to get ready for work and everything. I'm gonna go live tomorrow. So yeah, talk to you guys later. I'll go live tomorrow, probably about 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'll see you guys later.